Good morning. Today is my last full day living in this van, and I'm sad. No, I'm actually really excited. Are you excited, Sky? Come on. Come on. If the cone's not obvious enough, Sky still hasn't healed. But she's happy, and we're working on it. See, Sky. Brandon and I are headed into his work to pick up. I'm gonna bring him back a vehicle from there. So I listed the van about 6 or so weeks ago, and within the first few days I got a ton of responses, which told me that I'd put it in there for a pretty competitive price. Anyway, I ended up showing the van to a couple, and they really liked it, but they didn't have their financing lined up. This couple from San Francisco reached out, and so I sent them kind of a walkthrough tour of the van. But in the meantime, I was like, they're really far away. I had someone interested on the East Coast, and we took it in for inspection. They were a little bit scared off because there was oil present in the engine bay. I investigated and found out that my oil pan was there's like a couple bolts loose. And so I tightened those up and it wasn't a problem. But they backed out, which I get because they would have had to fly across the country to come and get it. Meanwhile, this couple in San Francisco stayed in touch with me, and we just kind of proved they were serious, asking lots of questions about the van, talking about coming up and seeing it, seeing if I would drop it off down there for them and how much that would cost. And the other night they sent me a deposit to hold the van. So I took it off of Craigslist, and plans were made for them to come up here and see it, and that's where we're at now. They're gonna get in tonight, and tomorrow morning I'll meet them and we'll take it to get inspected, and hopefully by 2 o'clock when the bank closes, I'll have the money in my account. And we'll be homeless. There you go. There you go. You want a break from this? Oh, let's see. You didn't touch your food, did you? Sky's kind of become a diva. She won't eat her food unless I'm watching her, and I have to mix in this wet food to get her to even be interested in it. We had her ulcer cut off and they sewed over it, but unfortunately the skin just came back apart and the wound is open again. So the specialist recommends that I change her bandage twice a day now. If you're grossed out by open wounds, maybe look away for a few seconds. So the white stuff is, I'm told it's fascia, and the darker pink stuff is supposed to be good. Today is mostly about getting the van cleaned up and ready to be sold, and check a few things to make sure the inspection goes smoothly. I've already changed the fuel filter, air filter, oil filter. I also switched out my gross old curtains for new ones and sewed better side window curtains. By this time tomorrow, it should be sold and the new owners will be on the way back down to San Francisco. I'm gonna miss it. A lot of good memories in this van.
We're about to witness the miracle. Nothing official. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up all this floor.
We don't need as many words from you.
Words. That's all I have. And there you have it.
Sold the van. It hasn't sunk in yet, and I'm going through like feeling happy when I look at my bank account, but then feeling a little bummed out and overwhelmed. Yeah. So in my last video, I asked for feedback about what video I should make next. I'm putting those videos on hold that we were talked about, and I'm going to devote all my energy and time into building out my next van. So stay posted for that. Thanks for taking the time to watch these videos, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.